Hello, I'm TheNerdySteve and welcome to my movie review channel. If you like what you see, I'd appreciate you liking, commenting, or subscribing. Today we'll be reviewing Craig Gillespie's Supergirl in one take. So, let's go. Supergirl might be a little depressed celebrating her birthday. She's aimless, getting really drunk, and kind of just up to nothing productive. That is, until her dog Crypto gets into trouble, and now she has to hone in and focus. I really enjoyed last year's Superman, so I was really excited for Supergirl. I thought if it was at least in a similar quality, I'd have a really good time. Sadly, it's not. It could not be more mundane if it tried. Look, there is one absolutely tremendous aspect to this movie, and that is Milly Alcock. She's phenomenal here, specifically given the material she has to work with. She has this charmingly no-nonsense, somewhat pessimistic attitude that is infatuating. It's unique and so interesting to watch, which is why this film is so disappointing, because everything surrounding her is nowhere near close to her quality. One of my bigger disappointments with this film are the action sequences. There's one scene where there's a lot of teleportation involved, and it just did not work for me. It felt stilted and choppy and sluggish. When I think of teleportation being used in fights, I think of there being a cool smoothness to it. That was not it here. I was so underwhelmed and thought the scene just would have been better without teleportation in the first place. There's another fight in a bar where Supergirl beats up a lot of different enemies, and the camera pans away, so we only see a small portion of it, which was disappointing. Up to this point, we haven't really seen Supergirl own in hand-to-hand combat, so it would have been a treat to see. I felt the movie was keeping something cool away from me. Now, the sluggish teleportation and panning away might have been for comedic effect. I have a sense that could have been the intention, but it didn't work. So those scenes failed for me on multiple levels. But speaking of laughing, I didn't do it that much, and I wish I did. Supergirl is so snarky, as are a lot of the characters in this film, but nothing really landed. A lot of quips and comments just missed. But this leads us to the other characters of this story. I found Supergirl's sidekick Ruthie to be this weirdly invincible being that somehow was able to sneak onto every ship imaginable to follow her around. Just bizarre. Jason Momoa played Lobo, and his presence made it seem less like an organic side character and more like an opportunity for another movie. And then we have the completely forgettable antagonist who was so generic that it was baffling. It's weird because he doesn't really want anything to do with Supergirl, so she's the one chasing him, and how it's presented in the film just removes so much tension. Overall, Supergirl wasn't the worst superhero movie I've ever seen. It doesn't do anything terribly bad, but it doesn't do anything really good either. One of the more emotional moments of the film is told through a drawn-out flashback, and I thought we stopped doing that years ago. Exposition dumps presented this way are not effective. I think Alcock's performance really carries the film, so it's worth watching if you want to see her take on Supergirl. But other than that, it's a hard pass. I'm TheNerdySteve, and thank you so much for watching, and as always, like and subscribe and comment below to tell me how right or wrong you think I am. Have a wonderful morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. Bye.